Hi there, my name is Liz Jones, and I am the Community Outreach Coordinator for the Metro Gold Line Bus Rapid Transit Project, and I will be going through the project's updated design plans at 30%. So now I'm going to turn off my camera so that we can focus on the presentation. Okay, to start us off a little bit, I just wanted to give a brief overview of what the project is. So the Gold Line project is a bus rapid transit project that will be going from downtown St. Paul through the east side of St. Paul and Maplewood, Landfall, Oakdale, and Woodbury. We will be running through those cities as well as the counties of Ramsey and Washington counties. The whole Gold Line is about 10 miles long. We'll be building about 21 new stations, and the Gold Line is a little bit different than other lines, other bus rapid transit lines, as we will be running in primarily bus-only lanes. The project is anticipated to begin construction in about 2022 and service in 2024. In case you are not familiar with bus rapid transit, it's a little bit different than a regular bus. So Metro Transit currently has a few other bus rapid transit lines that just run on the regular road, the A line and the C line. Like I mentioned, Gold Line will be running in mostly its own lanes, so just making it a more efficient service than bus rapid transit already is. So buses look a little bit different. They almost look like trains that drive on the road. You pay before you get on, there's more frequent service, and stations have more features than a regular local bus. So a more efficient, fast, frequent type of service. So starting in downtown St. Paul, the beginning of Gold Line will be at the Smith Avenue Transit Center, which is right by the Xcel Energy Center. And the Gold Line will then be running down 5th and 6th Street. So those are one ways in either direction. So there'll be a station at 6th Street and Ham Plaza, as well as 5th Street and Rice Park Station. So those are by the Landmark Center, downtown St. Paul. There will also be stations at Minnesota Street and Robert Street, and the last station heading outside of downtown St. Paul will be near Union Depot at 4th Street and Sibley and 4th and Wakuta. The Gold Line will then head down the Kellogg Bridge over to the east side of St. Paul to Mounds Boulevard, where we'll have a station right at Kellogg before Kellogg turns into 3rd and Mounds Boulevard. You'll notice that the pink, kind of salmon colored lanes are the bus only lanes, which you'll see outside of downtown. We will not be building new bus lanes in downtown St. Paul. So those pink lanes there are lanes only for the bus. Here we're on Mounds Boulevard in the Dayton's Bluff neighborhood. And then heading further east, we will have a station at Hudson Road and Earl Street. So here is a project change from our 15% design. We will be having two-way traffic between Cypress and Frank Street. In our 15% design, we showed one-way traffic, but we were actually able to accommodate a little bit more space so that two-way traffic could be maintained for automobiles. Heading further east, the project will then have a station near Etna Street. So this will be a completely different roadway than what is there today. So this is the Highway 61 interchange. Wilson is the street right here. And down in this area here, we'll be having a station. Some changes from 15% design is that we did add some additional pedestrian connections, some bike and trail connections with these white lines here, and we also updated the access to the station from the road up here with a pedestrian connection that is a little bit more accessible and a more comfortable design for pedestrians to access the station. The Gold Line will then be bridging over the Highway 61 interchange here, so the buses do not have to interface with traffic. So this whole area here are bus-only lanes, and then here is the bridge only for the bus. Heading further east, we are approaching the Hazel Street station, and this station is another example of where the bus-only lanes are separated from the road. So Old Hudson Road is up here, and the bus-only lanes will be behind some of these apartment buildings back here, and there will be pedestrian connections to the station as well. The Sunray area will be having a station here at Sunray. You'll notice back here another orange yellow little bridge piece. This actually is showing an underpass. So the Gold Line will be going under both Ruth and White Bear Avenues so that we don't have to interface with traffic, and also those areas both have very steep grades. The Gold Line will be going under White Bear Avenue and Ruth Street and having a station here at Sunray. You'll notice this station is a little bit different than the other stations that typically have pairs. This is a switchback design station, so the buses will enter at either side and then flip around to let passengers on and off. So it's essentially two stations in one. We did this design here to accommodate the very small amount of space that we have. We did not want to impact the Sunray property over here, so we have the Sunray Shopping Center as well as the Sunray Transit Center that will remain intact, as well as a new park and ride that the project will be building. So very space constrained in this area, but we were able to make it work with the station design. You'll also notice these added pedestrian connections so that folks can get through these neighborhoods, the Conway Park, Sunray Library, and continue further east to our additional stations. Heading further east, we approach the Maplewood station. And so this is the project's only station in the city of Maplewood, and it's actually right out front of 3M campus. You'll continue to see these white pedestrian connections that have come all the way from the east side and will continue further east, and also pedestrian connections will connect north and south a little bit through the neighborhoods in Maplewood. Continuing along, the Gold Line is still operating along the Hudson Road area and entering near the city of Landfall. So we'll have a station here at Hudson Road and Greenway Avenue. So the city of Landfall is up here, and this station is actually in the city of Oakdale. So serving the communities of both Landfall and Oakdale. This is an area where you'll notice the bus lanes actually switch to being on either side of the roadway lanes. So heading further east, the bus in either direction will be at both shoulders. Going further into Oakdale, this is where the bus will go beyond Hudson Road. And so this is Hadley Avenue up here. A project change is that we did lower the speed limit and make this curve a little more safe for buses and for cars and pedestrians as well. So now the Gold Line will be heading up Hadley to 4th Street. This is 4th Street here. We're still in Oakdale. And you can see a little bit in this corner here is the 4th Street Bridge, which we will be replacing with lanes for the bus, lanes for other automobiles, as well as pedestrian connections for folks walking, rolling, and biking. Here you'll see the pink and salmon colored bus only lanes will continue on to make kind of a realigned road than what is currently there today. So it'll be kind of realigned Hudson and Helmo Avenue in Oakdale, where we will be having a station here on Helmo Avenue, as well as a new park and ride. The project will then continue to another new roadway connection. This is actually a new bridge that will connect Helmo Avenue in Oakdale to Bielenberg Drive in Woodbury. And this, similar to the 4th Street Bridge, this will be a new bridge, but it will also have bus-only lanes, lanes for other automobiles, as well as pedestrians. So now this connects Oakdale to Woodbury. And getting further into Woodbury, we approach the Tamarack Station. So this station, Tamarack Road, is actually over here. So it's a little bit off of Tamarack, but this is on Bielenberg Drive near the Tamarack Hills Shopping Center and other businesses in this area. And you'll see the pink lanes are down the middle of the road. So the buses will be running down the middle of Bielenberg Drive. Continuing through Woodbury, the bus will not be running in its own lane, so we will not be building bus lanes in this area here, which is the Tamarack Nature Preserve. So the bus will just be running on the regular road in this area. And then we will head down Guider to Woodbury Theater. So the Gold Line will have a station on Guider outside of the Woodbury Theater, not actually going into that parking lot, and leaving that current park and ride intact. Gold Line will then head down Guider Drive to the end of the line in Woodbury, where we will be building a new park and ride. And a project change from 15% is that we are making this park and ride a little bit bigger to accommodate more cars. So that is the full alignment of the Gold Line corridor. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me. My contact information is on this last slide, as well as information on how to stay connected to the project. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me with any comments or questions you may have. And thank you so much for tuning into this virtual presentation.